The next thing we're going to do is use the contour tool to create cross sections. And the cross section is going to be a slice of this model that's going to create a 3D, is going to create a surface in the contour of the actual geometry. And to use these tools, it's probably a good idea to go into a two-dimensional view, like top view is good, because then it's easier to manage. So to use the contour tool, of course, you just type in contour into the command line. And you're going to notice that there's a lot of choices here because we've got the range, the assigned layers by input object. Okay, all of these parameters, if they're different when you use the tool on Rhino in the lab, then you should probably change it to this. So remember that you have to click on these to change them. So for example, this is a toggle between yes and no. So group objects by contour plane, we want it to be no. If I click it, it goes yes, and then I click again, it goes back to no. So I'm good with those parameters, and now it's saying okay, so we're going to select the object that we're going to use to contour and then hit enter when done. And now it's saying base point. So I'm going to make my first lines on that edge. Now notice at the bottom here I've got grid snap turned on, so I'm going to get exact measurements, okay? And then everything is set up the way I want, and now here are my contours. So I've got 13 slices of this in that direction, and then all I'm going to do is select the opposite, like that was on the Y, and now I'm going to use the X. So the base points here are going to go in the other direction. I'm going to go on that axis. Okay, so now I've got my grid. I've got 13 contour lines on the x-axis, and I've got 13 contour lines on the y-axis. At this point, what you want to do is get that surface out of there and just have all of the lines together. So I'm going to drop it over there. So here are the contour lines. We have a grid and it follows the form that we created, that plane. And so the next step is going to be to turn each of these lines into, I'm going to make a 1-inch surface, because then I'm going to end up with 12 by 12 by 1-inch depth, and that 1-inch contour is then going to be what gets laser cutted in the end. So basically there would be 24 pieces being cut from this.